Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw a friend from the Gardens Between that I play on Nintendo Switch. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So, if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description, and you find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, you know I like my I can't speak. You know I like my puzzle platform games, and that's what this one is. Now, if you're here to draw, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're trying different things because I get it. Sometimes people look at these and they're like, I don't really want to draw that. It's just a guy standing there. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. But what I always say is practice. Practice your skill in different. Look, if you're a chef, this is what I figured out last time. If you're a chef, you can't just. You can just cook eggs all day long. Right? I want to draw stormtroopers. I'm going to draw stormtroopers all day long. I'm going to be an awesome artist, and I'm going to draw nothing but stormtroopers. Cool. So if you're a chef, you're saying, well, I'm just going to cook eggs. I'm going to cook eggs. I'm going to cook eggs. I'm going to cook eggs. Yeah. And then say, okay, I'm going to go get a job in the industry, or I'm going to show off to somebody. I'm going to say, hey, look what I can do. What do you want me to do? You want me to do something for you? You want me to cook for you? Look, taste these eggs. This is awesome. Check this out. Right? More power to you. That's awesome. I'm glad you do. You know, celebrate your passions, basically is what it is. Now, at some point, someone might say, can you make some spaghetti? You know, something different. And you're either gonna choke or you're going to pull out your other skills and say, yeah, no problem, I can do that too. Just because I'm making eggs doesn't mean that's all I know how to make. So that's kind of where I'm going with this is, you know, just because we're drawing a person that's, you know, maybe not a stormtrooper or something, it doesn't mean you shouldn't practice. And so that's what a lot of this stuff is for me too. Like, yeah, I love stormtroopers. I love to draw The Thing, or I love to draw, you know, Johnny Storm or something, you know, sure. Let's new Marvel movies coming out. Heck yes, I'm drawing Black Widow. You know, obviously, that's what we want to do, but you got to expand your palette every now and then. That's why I like doing this stuff, because I love these games and it's so much fun for me. And like I said, I love puzzle platform games. I celebrate them so much that now I want to draw it. You know, that's where this passion is for me. But it's also a practice of, well, you know, what else can I draw? You know, let me see if I can draw just a guy in overalls, right? And it's more than that. It's more than just a guy in overalls. But I'm just trying to agree with you that sometimes it is just a guy in overalls, you know? And it's like, well, okay, but, you know, yeah, I get it. I know, just a guy in overalls. But, again, it's that practice of, well, can you draw that, though? When the time comes for your skills to be tested, used, or not, I guess needed and used are the same thing as what I was going to say. When it comes for you to use your skills to whatever you need is necessary, are you going to have the skills to draw a guy in overalls just standing there? That's kind of where I'm going with this. And again, as boring as that sounds, like, well, it's just a guy in overalls. But can you do it? And so that's kind of what we're here to do, is like, well, let's practice new stuff. Let's see what else we can do. And let's see what else we can bring to life, you know? Wow, for some reason that came out really... I shaded the entire thing. It took me that long to kind of get the look. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. You know, sometimes those sketch lines aren't working. And you just have to keep practicing. But hey, there again, there is exactly what I'm talking about. That sometimes you gotta... It's going to take a little while to get the picture of what you want to draw, and so that's why you practice. It's like it's going to take me a few times to get the line right to figure out the position, and that one ended up being like almost shading the entire thing trying to find it, you know. So that's how it goes sometimes. But again, that's what practice is for. All right, let's see. So what am I going to do for us? Oh, he's got glasses on. Okay. All right. They're white glasses. Ooh, there's the trick. What am I going to do with color? Because they're white glasses, it's like, well, I kind of want to leave them as white, but I need to draw something in, right? So I can't draw white with a Sharpie. I mean, I can if you draw the outline, then the inside, sure. But this is going to be way too small to do that. So I have to try to figure out how I want to do that. I've got them kind of looking up. I think I kind of did the same thing with her. They're kind of very looking up at the stars type kind of thing. I think it's the game. The game has influenced me to kind of give them a more dreamy, looking outward, reflecting like what else is out there, because it's such a cool, dreamy, crazy game. And then glasses. Okay, so I may have to just do it with black. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I like that. I like this design, so I think I'm good with the sketch here. And I think I'm ready to switch over. Yeah, looks good to me. Okay, so, oh, and also let's look at it this way too. I'm going to erase this. If you, hopefully you're here and you're listening to me and we're talking about this, but if you want to get into like character design, gaming, concept design, stuff like that, it's not always going to be about drawing Star Wars characters and drawing monsters and things like that. You're going to have to draw normal people like this, background people, stuff like that, you know? So it's good to just practice your skills. Just get better. Cook more than an egg, you know? Try something else. Okay. All right, I think I've erased enough that I can see where I'm going to go, but it won't show up. But it'll it won't show up for the Sharpie. I'm all over the place. Let's just get going. Let's switch to welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more video game characters, check out that playlist right there, or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many drawings that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So check it out. If not, give me a shout of a request and I'll see what I can do. I'm going to jump right in. I've got him angled, looking up just a little like that. The police are out there chasing somebody. Sorry about that. The windows are open, so I have to listen to this. So at least I'm enjoying the weather. Hopefully everything's okay. Anyway, so his head's just slightly tilted up like that, just a little bit. So I'm going to draw the top of his lids like this. Looks good. So I'm going to draw the retina, the color part of the eye. And I'm just going to barely hit the center for the pupil. Just going to dab it because I have to be careful with the lines I put down because this size it'll bleed too much. So for the bottom of the eye, speaking of bleeding, I'm just going to come through like this because if I draw it all the way through, it will bleed and it will be a big mess. You're welcome to draw that line. I just know the limitations of these Sharpies, so I'm only going to do like that. Just imply it, right? So let's see, I've got his hair kind of over some of it too. Some of his face, sorry, not just some of it. And he also has glasses, so the glasses will do last. Let's do his brow. And he's got kind of a thick brow. Something like that. Let's do the other one over here like this. And it's going to kind of disappear in the glasses as well, so I'm not too worried about what all you can see. His nose, again, I've got it tilted up just a little bit so I can draw in a little bit of the nostril like that. And then the rest I'll do with color. All the bulb, all that crease, all that, I'm going to do that with color because it's not a hard edge that you want to add for the Sharpie. So for his mouth, it's going to do this. There's his top lip. And then you can see a little bit of his bottom lip like this. And then I'm going to draw his chin. And bring his jaw over this way. Now I'm thickening my lines up just a little bit now because as I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm kind of making up for that, or kind of accommodating for where it's going to go. But if you're drawing with pencil, you don't have to do that. I'm just explaining to you why I'm doing it. There's the sides of his head. Well, that's a nice change from the sirens to the pretty birds outside. Much nicer, much nicer. Now, normally the ears are like the top of the eye and the bottom of the nose. That's usually where they are, but I do have them tilted just a little bit. So I'm going to lower them down just a hair. So I'm going to bring it down here, bring it like that. So just a little bit, not too much, but enough that it's lower than normal. Because again, well, that one's lower than that one, period. But again, I'm just kind of tilting his head just a little bit. Now his haircut, let's see how I can do this. Let's see. His hair is it's a nice cool little blob. So I'm gonna kind of do like this just to say, well, if it was real hair, maybe they're just these chunks that are kind of flying out, right? That don't have any true definition, but you know, it is just chunks of hair up front. Like that, right? And then the rest of it's just kind of flowing back behind. Something like that. And maybe you can see the top of his head back here. I mean, the thing is, it's an artistic style, and so I'm trying to capture that, stay true to it, but still making it real. Because I always like to say that my characters usually look like cosplay people. Like if you were to dress up like Harry Potter, you know. So because I don't have time to draw the actual likenesses of Rupert McGillicuddy, you know, the kid that plays Harry Potter. So I I like to say that, well, I can make it look like someone who's dressed up as him. That's what I say. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do are glasses, and basically just a bunch of circles. That's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to kind of do this and try to do roughly the same size here, like that, and connect it. Now they're white in the game, but I can't draw with a white Sharpie, obviously, so that's good enough for me. Now I've got a really long neck on him because I wanted him to look not gangly, but kind of capture the look of the game. So yeah, he's got kind of a long neck, just to make him look, you know, thin, like the game, sort of. But not too much. I try. Now he's got suspenders on, so I want to raise those up just a little bit above his shoulder before I draw it. Come down and attach him here. Let's do the same thing over here. And like I said, I wanted it just a little bit above his shoulders, just to show that it's on top of something. Like I could have drawn the shoulder and then drawn to the edge, but it looks a little better if we draw like a raised level. All right, he's got a very open collared shirt, like it's all the way around from shoulder to shoulder. So we're gonna say that his shoulder is right about here, right? There's his sleeve. And let's go ahead and draw that with the smaller Sharpie, just to get a feel for where it is. Like that, right? And then we'll say that his neck is like this. Just to give him some of that neck musculature. Oh, let me do this. Let me add just that little extra right there. Right. Okay, so now we're pretty much just drawing overalls and shirts. So let's go ahead and draw the overalls. So you see where we are. Right, I just want to give you a feel for his body. So his shirt's coming up like this. Sleeves are a little shorter, so going to do that right there. And I like my creases and folds, so I'm just going to add a few like that just to kind of wrinkle up the material. Because there's not going to be much in the overalls. Hands are just out doing this, nothing too crazy. So I'm going to draw his bicep to his forearm to his wrist. Again, a little gangly, I don't mean to say gangly in a bad way, but like not all people are muscular, you know? Some people are thinner. That's a little, meh. But hey, it's getting the job done. Let's draw his hand. His hand's just pretty much doing this. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna draw his index finger. The problem with drawing with Sharpies like this is sometimes you lose the detail. And I want to draw with Sharpies like this so you can see, it's just better for you, but sometimes I get a little muddy here. And so that's kind of we kind of take what we can get. Okay? And again, because it's just skin, there's not much I can really do as far as lines, but that's all it really needs, you know? So same thing, I'm gonna stick this hand out. So shoulder, bicep, to the crook of the arm, to the forearm, same thing down. That. Same thing with this hand. We're just going to stick it out. And here we go. All right. Again, because he's not wearing armor or a suit or anything, it's just flesh, so there's not much we're really going to do here. Like that. That's it. The overalls, God, I couldn't think. And I've already sketched it out, so I'm pretty much just going to follow my sketch of following the body contours and drawing like a little bumps every now and then just to show that there's wrinkles, you know? And his pants are rolled up, so let me do that. Let's do the other side too so you get a feel for it. All right. All right, now we're just going to work our way back up. And again, I've sketched it out so I know kind of the shape. There we go. So again, a nice thin man. So not a lot of, you know, bulk and muscle, right? And it's okay. Again, not everybody has muscle. So all right, not too much, not too much. There we go. And so now we're just drawing legs and shoes. So this one's a bit big. Let me see if I can redo that. Okay, so his knees, but what did I say? Right about there. So it's coming down. Here's his calf. Into his shoe, and he's just wearing just regular shoes, nothing, no socks or anything like that. So we are just drawing a shoe, right? Nothing crazy. That's the thing about these characters. Again, they're simple, but I like it. It's what we normally don't draw, but it's still got a look to him. He's still got a style, you know, and that's what I like. That it's still unique, you know? Awesome. Okay. All right, this leg, same thing over here, just a foot down. You hear my rickety old chair? Not bad, not bad. Again, let's give him some laces. What did I do? 3. Cross, okay. But see, again, it's simple. It didn't take a lot of muscles and armor and all that to get this dreamy looking, you know, cool character. And that's what I like about this game. You know, it's got a cool, dreamy feel to it. And you got it in practice of drawing something you normally don't draw. So good for you. I'm proud of you. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Frent from the Gardens Between. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.